Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and look at doing a regression, a sinusoidal regression. Alright, so we've done a bunch of different types of regressions in the past. What's nice is that it's pretty much the same process here. So we're going to start out by going under Stat, okay, and Edit. So we're going to go ahead and put in our data. So I put in this data here from a textbook where I think the context was that L1 is the number of months, and we're taking a look at month 1 is January, February is 2, and so on. And then I forget what the 15 was, but maybe we'll just say it's going to be rainfall, perhaps, something like that. But for this thing, what I'm going to want to do here is I want to get the calculator to find an equation of best fit. And this is not something we have to do right now, but if we took a look at the graph of this thing, if I just look at the equation there, if I just take a look at the graph, we're just plotting those points up there, I can see that it does have some kind of sinusoidal curve to it. So we're going to see if the calculator can help us out with that and get something that fits better. So I'm going to go back to Stat. So once I put all the data in, I'm going to go over to Stat Calc, okay? And if I scroll through here, I'm going to scroll from the top up. There we go. And Sine Regression right there. So I'm going to hit Enter on that. Okay? We have a couple different things in here. For the most part, iterations we don't have to do anything with. So from what I've read about this, the more iterations you do, essentially the more time it's going to take a look at this thing. Anywhere from 1 to 16 times, it'll be more accurate at 16. It takes longer to do it. The default is 3. For our purposes, that's perfectly fine. The default also is for X list to be found in L1 and Y is in L2. For the period here, you can go ahead and find your period, but because I'm taking a look at a year and it's by month, so the period's 12. But if you don't put anything in there, the calculator will do that for you. So I'm just going to leave that blank for now. We don't have to store the regression equation, but since I wanted to see how well it actually does it, I'm going to go ahead and put in y1. So I go into vars, yvars, function, and then y1 right there. Right? Now I'm going to go down to calculate. So it'll give me this equation. I can see my a value, the b value, the c value, and the d value. Right? So if I wanted to just find the equation, I'm done. I can write those things down. When we are taking a look at this thing, one thing to consider is that the format it's given in is inside the parentheses bx plus c. So that's not in that phase shift form where the b has been factored out. So if you're going to be doing something else with this, or you're stating what the horizontal shift or phase shift is for this thing, you got to make sure that you rewrite the equation so that b is factored out of that bx plus c there. Okay. That being said, I stored the equation into y1, so I go look, and it's there, and I already adjusted my my window. One thing also to be really careful about is that the calculator assumes that if you're doing a sine regression that you're in radians, you're doing everything in radians. So if you wanted to be working in degrees, you're going to have to convert back to radians and do that work there. Okay. But here I'm going to go ahead, I already adjusted my window, but I'm going to take a look at the graph, and I can see it actually fits it pretty well. Okay, so it's a pretty accurate regression. Okay. All right, I hope this helps.